Trying to roll Leppa, 1 game winning streak. So
oh, here we go.
I mean, the confidence you get from the win, I mean, that's important going into a game against a top side like the Cats.
It does. It obviously makes the week stress-free when you come off a win and play a pretty good team this week. But that 8-day break will obviously help us and give us the energy to go into the game with confidence.
Is there a certain sort of do it for Rog element, given it's his last home game at the Gabba and pretty raw and emotional retirement speech he gave to the boys the other day?
He did. He's been a mainstay through a pretty ordinary era at our footy club, and he's been a very loyal servant, and we thank him for that. And hopefully our fans get out there. I heard there's a few more ticket sales going to be there and a few other things. So, look, yeah, let's hope all of us can fire up for Rog. He's been such a great servant of our club.
What do you think his legacy will be at the Lions?
That's a good question, what his legacy will be. I think his legacy will be the stuff that people don't see. His human side and his ability to show care and empathy and develop young people. I think that's the thing we all think about Daniel internally. Exteriorly, you'll probably see the crazy big redhead run around knocking people around. I mean, that's the bit I remember on the field. But yeah, internally, he's got far more value even than that.
Was it a blow? Like, did you see it coming?
You never know. You know, I'm always in contact with all our players, and Daniel was thinking about it through most of the year. And you're always weighing up your short, medium, and long term, and you're always got the 1 more year mentality. I know. But I think in the end, he just came to that decision that now's the time. So you're never quite sure, to be honest, as coach, whether the players want to continue on or not. But at the end, he decided that. So to answer your question, no, I didn't 100% know what was going to go on with him for next year.
Would you have liked him to? We know you've mentioned all year how inexperienced that back line is.
Yeah, we need a player of his age and experience back there. There's no doubt. So that's going to be a big blow for us. So as a club, we have to look to fill that void in the short term. There's no doubt. With Justin Clark going as well, there's even more urgency to fill that void as a key defender, to help out Harris and Darcy Gardner and Dan McStay. And with Sam Skinner also doing his knee, another young key, we're a bit light on in that area. So yeah, it's an area that we need to look at in the trade table, that's for sure.
Is that something you're going to need to tackle sort of aggressively? Because like, sorry, I lost my train of thought.
That's all right. I do it often too.
I might help you, mate.
Yeah.
Not many key position defenders left by the looks of it available. So how aggressively can you chase it?
Yeah, playing coach is out of the question, Michael. So I won't be doing that. But look, yeah, there are a few out there. Peter Swab and his team are doing that. I mean, I won't speak publicly about what we're doing. I suppose everyone's in the race for Michael Hurley, but he's the only public All-Australian type out there that's apparently in the race. Maybe not, but that's about all I know as far as availability. But I'll leave that over to Swabby and the guys to fill that void. That's why we all get paid our jobs, to play our roles. So we'll fill that one then.
You mentioned the players always having 1 more year mentality. Do you still have a 1 more year mentality?
I have a 10 more year mentality, so I'm a bit different to most. So I know there's a long haul at the footy club here. Our planning goes well beyond this season, and our glory days probably still a couple of years away. It's not easy, this competition. You've got 18 teams trying to, in a race for talent and a race for position. You've got to make sure your planning's good, so when you get there, you stay there. So we've got that planning. Know that we've got the good young talent now, which wasn't on our list a few years ago, but it takes some time. We're very impatient as an industry, aren't we? And we live in the week to week as we do now, but unfortunately, it takes a little bit longer than the week to week.
How have you seen the commentary around your position and future this week particularly?
I've really enjoyed it, Michael. It's every week, every day. It's what it does. You guys got a role to play. You got to fill some space. I know I'm a big part of that, so you got to thank me. You should all be paying me for your jobs. I'm giving you some easy articles, aren't I? Really? So, look, it's something that I put to the side and don't think about and don't read them all, to be honest. I only hear about it when a family member texts me saying, "Did you hear about that?" And I'll say no, and then I'll have to go and read it. So a lot of it's exterior noise that has no inference inside our walls. So
Lee's comments that the team always comes first. Like, does that mean, Lee well for a long time, that's not a shock to you, that's his philosophy, that's his footy philosophy?
No, it's mine as well. Sergeant Schultz said that, actually, it wasn't Lee. apparently.
Yeah. So you're going to do any Hogan's Heroes
No, I'm not going to do that. Look, no, we all have that. I know that for Lee. I mean, geez, I remember my retirement. He wouldn't even give me a retirement game. I mean, Lee's always been about the team and what's best on that particular week, and I know that, and that's what I love about Lee. Is he's honest nature. He's up front in an industry where there's not a lot of people like that, to be honest. So I appreciate and respect that. That's the way he goes about his business, because that's the way all people should be.
How would you say your relationship with him is at the moment?
Lee, out of 10, probably about a 9, because nothing's ever a 10 in life. So that's the way it is. But no, we've always been strong. We can have straight conversations, Lee and I. Some people can't, but that's what I love about him. He'd do that. We're always talking. So yeah.
That yarn this week said that suggested you were coming to the realisation that your contract might not be sort of seen through to next year. Is that true?
I know nothing. Oh, that's really it. I mean, it's true. I mean, if there's stuff going on in the background, maybe you guys know more than me, and maybe you're right. But look, I'm just really here to coach the team, coach this week, and get another win next week, and I'm contracted next year. That's all I'm going to do. If there's other things that are happening, and often you're right, aren't you? But look, that's not my go. I'm very one-dimensional. I'm here for me and my boys, and that's it. So what will be, will be.
On field, what have you done with the boys to address the fact that you were up by 40 and nearly let it slip?
Yeah, we won't focus on what you have to bring up a negative every time. Look, yeah, we always knew going to last week. Every game we've played's been the same. Even last week, we start off well, and it's just we drop off late in games. And last week was no different. The difference is we had a really big buffer in our hand. Everyone who watched the game would have seen we run a little bit. You can address that as far as tactically and a little bit of with your game planning stuff, but most of it comes from your run and years of experience and concentration out in the field. So those sorts of things, the gap will close over time with experience. But having said that, there are some things we can do with the ball to slow the game down, but we go back to the Adelaide game where we went too slow, we got completely murdered. So you're always finding that balance. It's always difficult because you don't want to stifle what you do with the ball as well.
Leppa, what boxes are left to tick between now and the end of the year?
Well, there's only 2 more weeks, so there's not many boxes to tick, really. I think really all we have to do is play for Dane in his 100th this week, and Daniel finish off his season well. You're always finding ways to motivate players in the last couple of weeks. It's a challenge, it always is. I think these 2 exterior things do help that. But importantly, it's a bit about pride in our organisation. Obviously, we're wounded as far as the list goes, but it doesn't mean you can't go out there and give your best all the time. So that's really our focus.
Will you be glad when this season's over?
Yeah, I think all seasons. I think every season I've coached, I'm glad it's over in a lot of ways, because you're not, when you finish and you're not going to play finals, you've got nothing to plan for apart from your pre-season. So you can get to take a breath. So yeah, and I don't have to do things like this, which is always helpful as well. Sit on a beach maybe.
Just one more on Lee. He's been certainly the public sort of face of supporting you and your role this year. He's just seemed a little, I don't know, evasive last night when he spoke on radio. Is that the way he feels, or do you still feel like he's, that support's there?
I didn't actually hear the whole lot. I only heard his snippets. Thanks, Steele, about the some of the things that were said. But it's hard to know. All I know is when I speak to the man. I mean, what public perceive him and his actions to be, I don't know. But the only thing I could tell you is the conversations we've had. So, and he's been great, and he's been very supportive and upfront. So.